somewhere? I asked you a question.
You disgust me.
Laken, listen to me. Considering what you have in mind, I don't...
What exactly is that?
Don't play games with me, Laken.
Oh, don't play games? You're telling me that?
You are not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, I am.
Laken, do you think I'd let my only daughter go to Los Angeles to cohabit with Ted Capwell?
Understand you. What has happened to you?
What on earth do you mean?
You know what I mean. You know what you're like, what you've gotten to be like.
I'm quite sure I don't.
What you just did was totally disgusting and unforgivable.
To make a point.
To make a point. About the only point you made is that you're even worse than I thought.
I don't approve of Ted Capwell, and I never will.
You don't even know him.
I know enough.
Like what?
First of all, he's a Capwell, and second of all, he's a loser.
I can't even talk to you.
Did you hear me?
I heard you, but believe me, I'm not taking any notes on relationships from you.
What are you talking about?
The way you and Dad are.
What about it?
The way you treat each other. I mean, you're both trying to outdo one another. And then I'm always worried about money because you and Grandma say that he just throws it away. And then I'm always afraid that at any moment you're going to do something totally embarrassing because you're so proud of being so eccentric.
Wait a minute. I hardly think it's your responsibility to worry about money.
No, but it doesn't seem to be anybody else's either.
Laken, really, you are completely out of your realm. You don't know the first thing about finances. Is this discussion really about money?
I'm not blind, Mother. I see things. I hear things. This whole world knows about Dad's wild investments. And anyway, he travels forever and stays away forever. Doesn't he think about how much that costs?
I really don't see how all this affects you, Laken.
Mother, I live here. I'm his daughter.
But what he spends on traveling is hardly your concern. You're a child.
Maybe I am still a child in your mind. But believe me, I know one thing for sure. I'm not the only child around here. Obviously, Dad stays away for a good reason, don't you think?
And what is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. It just seems that Dad seems to think that his trips are more important to him than his family.
Hey, Laken, where are you going?
To the Capwells. Where? You heard me.
You're moving to the Capitol, huh? Don't you think that'll come as a little bit of a surprise to them?
They're expecting me.
What in the world does that mean?
Kelly has invited me to spend the night.
Well, you can't go. I forbid it.
Good night.
Listen to this.
Yeah, what's that?
This is the script that sleazo producer gave Jade. I can't believe it.
Can't believe what?
Well, this guy and this girl, they don't even know each other, right? They're at the beach in this cottage. And there was a party and there's an accident. Everybody leaves and they're left alone. Well, she's real hot because there's this heat wave going on, right?
I'll say there is.
And, well, just listen. And she's dressed in her bathing suit because it was a swim party, right? So she starts taking off all her clothes except the bathing suit. And then he starts taking off his shirt because he's hot too, right? And they get into the shower together. And they turn on the ice-cold water. And it's just the two of them in there. And some of the things that go on in this script, I really don't... That's just the beginning.
You see this?
Yeah, look.
Hey, where'd you get that?
It was sitting on the table.
Well, it's not yours. It's my personal business material.
Didn't seem very businesslike.
Well, maybe that's because you don't know anything about the film world.
Are you? You aren't really going to do the things in that script, are you?
Well, why not?
Well, some of that stuff is kind of, it's...
Mature.
That's not the word I would use.
Boys, there's a whole world out there that you won't even begin to know about.
Well, what do you know about it?
More than you.
Have you really done the things in that script?
Danny, people don't ask those kind of questions.
What kind of questions?
My sex life is nobody's business.
Well, listen to her.
If your sex life is so private, why do you always talk about it? And if you do that film, your sex life is going to be flapping away on the silver screen for the entire world to see.
Well, then that's where you'll get all your answers to your questions, when I'm up on the silver screen.
Hello.
Ted?
Kelly.
Hey.
Have you been out or something?
Yeah, we're out getting some spaghetti. Why, are you trying to reach me?
Oh, well, no, actually, Laken's been trying.
Laken?
Yeah, Ted, she's very upset, and she's going to come over here and spend the night.
What?
Well, she called and asked if she could. I told her it'd be fine.
Wait, she called you to see if she can spend the night at our house?
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I thought you'd want to know.
Man, I don't believe this. Something must be really wrong for her to call our house.
Yeah, that's why I thought you'd want to know.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Look, I'm on my way, okay?
You're coming home?
Yeah, I'll be back in Santa Barbara tonight. I'll get there as quick as I can. Look, you tell her I'm on
My way, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
What is it?
Man, I don't know. Something's wrong with Laken.
Is she sick?
No, I gotta run, okay?
Where'd Ted go?
He went back to Santa Barbara.
He took off just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Seems like tonight's turning out just like your script. Two people, all alone.
What are you talking about?
He moves towards her. It's hot out, sweltering. There's hints of rain in the air. It's getting very hot. He takes his shirt off as he moves closer to her.
Danny, forget about it. Just forget about it.
Wait, Laken, wait.
If you think for one
Will
moment...
you stop it? I'm not listening to you.
Wait! Just a minute. Augusta, I would like to have a private moment with my daughter, if you don't mind. I'm suggesting that you leave. Get the hell out of here, Augusta.
This is absurd, Lionel.
Get out! Remember that? Now, how old were you when you discovered what that wasn't magic, huh? About 6, maybe? Huh? Oh, honey. You know something? Life is magic. It is. I love life. I have a passion for life, Laken. It's something I've always wanted to pass on to you. I guess I wanted to leave you something. Everything else is so fleeting. I love you. I love you children. I love you and I love Warren. Now, maybe sometimes I just don't show it very well or often enough. What do you think? Huh?
I don't know.
How do you feel?
I just think that you're gone a lot.
I think of you all the time.
I know. You always send us postcards of the butterflies in Madagascar.
Those butterflies are very beautiful. They're exquisite. I love exquisite things. But I'll tell you something. All the butterflies in Madagascar aren't worth it. They aren't worth one lock of your beautiful hair. Oh, honey, I travel because I think I feel more alive when I see new things and all that. But nothing could possibly make me more happy than to know that you and Warren are alive and well.
My father's birthday is just a few weeks away, and we've made absolutely no progress on that property.
Well, you could think of an easier safe to crack than Augusta Lockridge.
Augusta Lockridge has the information and the property I want. You can get...
Hi, sweetheart.
Listen, plans have changed tonight. I'm not going out.
Why not?
I have a guest coming over here.
Oh? Who?
Laken Lockridge.
What?
Look, Mason, she just called and asked if she could come over because she said something was the matter, but I don't know what it is.
Well, I don't care, Kelly. The Lockridges haven't exactly been the best neighbors imaginable. What are you thinking?
Look, Mason, Laken is not the whole Lockridge family. She is a 17-year-old girl who your brother happens to be in love with.
Ted? He can't be in love with her. She's a child. He's a child, for that matter.
All right, well, in that case, I think we could take the child in if she's in trouble.
Oh, she must be in a great deal of trouble if she's knocking on our door.
Well, something must be going on over there.
Well, yeah, Lionel Lockridge is back in town, for one thing. I'm very curious to know why. He doesn't just stroll in with no reason. Kelly, maybe you could find out from Laken just exactly what Lionel has up his sleeve.
Mason, I did invite her over here to give her the 3rd degree.
Well, you could just inquire. Look, don't think I have no sympathy for the child. I have pity on anyone who lives under the same roof with Augusta Lockridge, now Lionel. I don't think I could imagine 2 worse parents if I tried. Still don't think inviting her over here was a good idea, though.
I didn't exactly invite her. I just didn't turn her down. I can't believe you sometimes, Mason. Anyway, she could change her mind.
Well, let's hope so.
Something wrong with your mouth?
There's nothing wrong with my mouth. I'm just trying to rehearse.
Oh.
Looks like you're having a ball over there.
Yeah.
Danny, you know there's more to life than electronic solitaire.
This is not my whole life. This is just one evening, and I happen to be enjoying it. That's just what I needed.
I can't believe you get so excited over a little game. It's not normal.
What?
I mean, at least I'm reading a script and trying to develop my character. That's something. That will get me ahead in my career. This game will not get you ahead, Danny.
Look
Danny.
at that. I got a whole suit. What?
Danny, are you purposely trying to ignore me?
No. I thought you were working.
I was working. In fact, I have a lot to do. I don't know why I'm standing here wasting my time trying to talk to you.
Dad, I just don't understand. I mean, if your family means so much more to you than all of your travels and your artificial diamonds and the butterflies, then why don't you spend more time at home? I mean, it just seems that you would spend the most time with the people who meant the most.
Well, it seems that way, but it doesn't always work out that way.
I just know it's been really hard on Mom, you being away so much. I mean, if you really wanted to show her how much you loved her, don't you think you should stay home more often?
Well, maybe I should, but maybe it wouldn't work. Oh, Laken, your mother is... Well, she's feisty. She is an independent woman. Now, I love that about her. I really do. She's headstrong and spirited and all the things that I adore. But she's like a wild animal. Now, you can't hover too close to a wild animal. You got to give them a lot of space.
You sound more like you're describing yourself than Mom.
Well, maybe I am. Maybe we're both individuals. What do you think of that?
I don't know what I think. I just wish that I had a normal family where everybody sat down at breakfast and dinners and talked about their days. I didn't have to be surprised by the disgusting, terrible things that they would do. I don't know.
Hey. Come over here and sit down for a minute. Here, sit down. You know, I bet you think that you have the craziest family in the world, don't you? I mean, I bet you go to school and see the other kids and wish that you had parents just like them.
I never wished that.
Huh?
No.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that you probably deserve a dad that goes to work 9 to 5, comes home, sits in a comfortable chair, and reads the paper. You know something? I've never had a 9 to 5 job. I don't think I know what to do with it. And I love the outdoors so much, I'd probably go berserk by noon in an office job.
I think you would.
Yeah, well, I just wish that you could see me a little differently than those other fathers. Maybe I need to be judged by a different set of standards, huh? I think I have passions about things that other men probably couldn't care less about.
Like what?
Like what? Boy, like what? All right, I'll give you an example. Another fellow and I were scuba diving off the coast of Greece one time. And in the sand, what he perceived was a picture, he saw it as a broken, battered piece of whatever. But you know what I saw? I saw in that picture an entire ancient civilization. I saw the artist who designed it. I saw the Minoan woman, the beautiful Minoan woman who poured the wine from it. I saw the Greek statesman who drank from it. I heard his speeches. I fought his battles. I felt his loves. You understand? Yeah. You probably think you got the craziest old dad in the world, huh?
No, I don't think that.
I guess what I'm trying to say, honey, is that I really care about all those things that I go traipsing around the world after.
I know you do. But it's just that, well, we need to know that you care about us, too.
Ah, bien sûr. Ah, chérie, je tiens beaucoup plus profondément à ma famille qu'à n'importe quoi sur la terre.
What about Mom?
What about her?
Well, it just seems like it'd be better for your marriage if you stayed home more. I mean, it's one thing to say that you feel a certain way about something, and another to make someone else feel it.
I try to make her feel it.
Oh, I know you do. It's just...
Well, this is very cozy. I don't want to interrupt anything. I just wondered what this little tete-a-tete was about.
Oh, no, you're not interrupting anything, Augusta. As a matter of fact, we were just discussing something that might be of interest to you, yeah.
Would it?
Yeah, we were discussing our marriage.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Laken had some ideas here that maybe I could, and we could do to make it better.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you, Laken, but I'm just still of the opinion that our marriage is our concern, not yours.
You're under the opinion that nothing in this house is of my concern.
That's right.
Now, just a minute here. Laken lives in this house. I think that everything here is of concern to her.
I still think there are certain things that warrant discussion between husband and wife, Lionel.
Do you? Okay. Then let us open for discussion in this matter right now. Now, what do you think of the state of our marriage?
Well, I think our marriage is just terrific. What do you think?
I'm surprised and delighted that you think that. Augusta?
Yes, I think our marriage is just top form.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, I think it's kind of top form, too, especially in certain respects.
Yes, it's just wonderful.
Really? You really think that?
Just don't touch me.
Boy, I'm hot tonight.
Everything's hot tonight. You know what I'm gonna do? Hey, Danny, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna go to the freezer and get some ice cubes. And then I'm gonna take some ice cubes and rub them all over the parts of my body that are really hot. Are you just gonna sit there and play by yourself all evening?
I'm watching TV.
This town, there's a million things to do. I, for one, am gonna go to a singles bar. There's a lot of interesting people at these bars. People in the business.
What business?
Show business, of course. Danny, there isn't any other kind of business here.
I can't believe it. Did you see that? Another strike. This guy's too much. Did you see that?
Danny, haven't you been listening to anything I've been saying?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm telling you, all that junk food you eat has made you completely abnormal. There is definitely something wrong with you. I'm broiling. It must be 100 degrees in this place. I think I'll go put on something, a little bit cooler.
I'm getting to her. I'm definitely getting to her. In no time at all, I'll have her sitting on my lap.
Je ne resterai pas ici avec maman, parce que ce qu'elle a fait est impardonnable.
How could she cook my pet pigeon and serve it for hors d'oeuvres? I mean, just because
Because what?
Just because she doesn't like Ted Capwell. I mean, she doesn't even know him.
Look, Laken, she knows his last name. I mean, that's all it takes with her.
Oh, so that's what you think, too?
No, that's not what I think. I'm just trying to explain to you.
Well, that's not the only thing anyway. I mean, the way she and Dad are, the way they treat each other is terrible.
No, it's not. Look, I just think it's the way it has to be with them.
I just think things would be a lot smoother if he didn't leave all the time. Why does he do that?
Look, you're upset over two dozen different things here. Don't you think it'd be a good idea for you to just stay home tonight and think things out? I mean, running off to the Capwells isn't exactly going to solve your problems.
I'm not running off to the Capwells.
Well, then what are you doing?
I'm just trying to get out of this house. I can't think in this house.
Well, look, if that's the case, why don't you come stay at my place?
I can't stay at your place. That wouldn't be getting away from the family.
Look, I know how you feel. Oh, I know how you feel, but Laken, don't you see you're only going to make things a lot worse?
I'm not doing anything. I just want to be by myself.
Look, I know that. But every time the Lockridges and the Capwells get together, there's nothing but trouble. Big trouble.
I'm not going over there to cause any trouble. I just want to be by myself. I'm just going over there to get some sleep and maybe sort out some things.
Yeah, well, that's really going to freak out Mom and Dad. Look, even if you just think of yourself as one person, you're a member of our family, Laken. It's really going to be weird for Mom and Dad to have a member of our family spending the night over at the Capwells. I mean, can't you understand that? Do you really think you're going to win them over by doing that?
I'm not trying to win them over. I'm trying to live my own life. I can't go through my whole life just being a Lockridge. You know, I'm just myself.
Look, I know, but...
I mean, there's always a reason why I should behave a certain way or why I shouldn't see the people that I want to. You know, there's always a good reason for everything. But it's always someone else's good reason. It's not mine. I have to start living my own life.
Look, I don't know about that, Laken.
You know, if I don't, it's just going to be lived for me by Mom and Dad and you.
Look, I'm not trying to live your life for you here, Laken. I'm just trying to make you see what you're doing.
Look, everybody else thinks that they know what's best for me.
Yeah, well, what is best for you, Laken?
I don't know. Warren, I don't know. I just need to be left alone. But I can't stand it the way the people treat each other in this family. I don't want to be part of it. I don't know what is right. But I just don't think that this is.
Yeah, well, neither is going off to the Capwells. I mean, that's just going to upset Mom and Dad and make things a lot worse.
I need to figure these things out for myself.
Wait just a minute, honey. Oh, wow. You just don't rush off, Tootsie. Now, I would like to know what in the hell is going on in this house.
What do you mean, Lionel?
What do I mean? I'll tell you what I mean. I meant that when I left, I had a happy, well-adjusted daughter, and I came back to find her ready to move out.
Well, you can hardly expect everything to remain unchanged in your absence, can you?
I don't expect it to be unchanged, but I don't expect to find my daughter's personality changed.
Her personality is not changed. You are just working yourself up into a lather for absolutely no reason. She's just at a rebellious age.
Oh, that is so typical of you, Augusta.
What does that mean, Lionel?
What is it? Well, it is typical of your total self-concern. That's what's typical.
I beg your pardon. I would like to point out that I am the one who is here. I am the one who deals with everyday problems when they crop up, and there are many. Yeah. While you, on the other hand, are skipping around the Indonesian countryside with your little butterfly net hanging around behind you.
Oh, I'm well aware that that's what you think of what I do.
Isn't that what you do? That's what the postcards say. That is when you write.
All I know is that there's a great deal of unrest in this house, and I come home to find not a mother, but a woman totally concerned with her fingernails and grooming her dog instead of the development of her daughter's character.
You have got a lot of nerve, finding fault in anything I do. Anything! At least Laken has a mother. She certainly doesn't have a father. Not really. No. You can lecture her and tell her about how you care for her more than anything else on earth. But those are words, Lionel. Those are words, and they're not worth a lot.
Is that right?
Yes, and you will find that time is more valuable, which is something you don't have for anyone.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
I'm beginning to see what this tirade of yours is all about, Augusta. It's to try to make me feel so guilty that I will accept the blame for everything that's happened here. Well, you're way off the mark. Now, you may, physically speaking, be here, but we both know that you've always been more self-involved than anything else. So that, even though you're here, you're not substantially here any more than I am. At least I write postcards, as you say. Why don't you write a postcard once in a while, Augusta? Better yet, phone your children. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you.
Some witch doctor somewhere has addled your brain, Lionel. I'm not going to take it anymore.
It's all right, Philip. I'm expecting someone. I'll get it. Hi, Laken. Hi. Come on in. Oh, let me take this.
Thank you.
We've been expecting you. Oh, you know my brother Mason, don't you?
Oh, sort of. Yeah.
Hello?
And my fiancé, Peter Flint.
Hi.
Hi.
No introductions are necessary. We know each other.
How's that?
Well, Laken was a student at the Lyman School. Very good student.
Not really.
Oh, come on. Being bright's nothing to be ashamed of.
Listen, Laken, would you like some tea or anything?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm fine.
You sure?
No, I've already put you out enough.
Oh, not at all.
Mason's right. It's no trouble at all.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Listen, Laken, you can stay here as long as you like. Can't she, Mason?
Oh, absolutely.
So you want to come on up and I'll show you to your room?
Okay. Oh, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Sleep well.
I wish somebody would tell me what's going on here, how it happens that a Lockridge girl is spending the night in our home.
Well, Mason, what could Kelly do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why she telephoned here in the first place. Doesn't she have any friends?
Maybe not. I mean, Laken's a bit shy.
Peter, don't you realize that this girl's parents and grandparents have spent half their lives trying to ruin us, the entire family? Find it outrageous that we're now harboring one of their children. They've caused enough problems without sending an emissary in the form of a 17-year-old girl to cause more.
Well, you might be right, Mason, but I think Kelly's just trying to be gracious.
Peter, this goes beyond manners. These are people that have tried to thwart everything we've ever stood for.
In case you haven't noticed, your voice is Carrie. Can you hold it down a little, please?
How long is she staying here?
I don't know. Probably just the night.
Well, I think you'd better find out. Kelly, I think you're asking for nothing but trouble.
Mason, will you calm down, please? I need your help.
My help?
I need someone to help me explain this to Daddy. If you could just sit down and help explain the situation.
Explain the situation? Kelly, I don't approve of the situation.
I know you don't, but someone has to make Daddy understand.
Kelly, somebody has to make me understand. I'm not explaining anything to Dad. He's not going to like this, and neither do I. You're on your own.
Did you hear something? Yes, I did. I thought it sounded like it came from the study. Just want to check. Channing. Call an ambulance. Phone's on the desk. Is he alive? I don't know. He's my witness. He knew it. He knew I was innocent. He let me go to jail for 5 years.
Can you believe that? This guy throws a gutter. He's been throwing gutter balls all night. If it's not that, he's lucky he can knock down 2 pins. I'd like to know how he got in this league. That's what I want to know.
Danny, this game is the most boring thing in the whole world. I don't know how you can tolerate it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's about as fascinating as solitaire.
Hey, at least I was winning.
Danny, do you think you could help me? I can't do this by myself.
What do you need a necklace for anyway? You're in the apartment. It's 2 million degrees in here.
Because it matches my outfit, and necklaces don't make you hotter. Now, do you think you could lend me a hand?
I guess. You know I'm kind of busy, though.
Danny, this is going to take 1 second.
Okay. Now, what do you want me to do?
Here, take this and put it through there.
Here, turn around a bit.
Are we having problems?
Yeah, I'm just trying to put this little thing in here. Oops.
Oh, boy, Danny. Looks like you're going to have to go, fish it out.
Hello?
Kelly, it's Ted. Is Laken there? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine. Hang on just a second. It's Ted for you.
Really?
Ted?
Laken, is that you?
Oh, yeah, who else?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, really. I just...
What?
All confused, I guess.
Well, listen, you want to talk about it?
Not now, okay?
Look, I'm on my way. I just wanted to let you know that. I'll be there real soon, okay?
I'm really glad you're coming.
Well, I was on my way as soon as Kelly called.
Ted, really, I'm all right. I don't know. I don't know how I feel anymore.
I know.
Yeah, I just didn't know where to go.
Well, I'm really glad you thought to call my family.
I don't know if it was the right thing. I mean, I don't know if they really want me here.
Well, Kelly invited you, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's been great.
Now, listen. Don't let anyone push you around, okay? Just hang in there till I get there, okay?
Okay.
Me?
That's right. I intend for you to go over there and apologize for what you've done.
What I did?
That's right.
Oh, well, don't be so absurd, Lionel. I don't intend to do any such thing.
Oh, yes, you are going to do it, though.
I don't feel the least guilty for cooking that flea-ridden bird. It was only good for sending messages from Ted Capwell to your daughter, which I guess you approved of?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't. But at the moment, I'm more concerned with her spending the night at their house than I am of the activities of that pigeon.
Oh, my, how dull we get when we get passionate about something.
Okay, Augusta, okay. I will go and get Laken.
And how are you going to do that?
I'll tell you. I'm going to go over there and tell her that her mother has asked me to come over and get her. That her mother wants her to come home so that her mother can apologize for cooking her pigeon.
Oh, that's a terribly stupid idea, Lionel, since she doesn't intend to do any such thing.
I really do think she's going to do it.
Why on earth would she?
Well, because it's about time that her mother started admitting that maybe she was wrong about something.
Oh, that's a lovely idea, Lionel. I applaud you for it.
Do you?
Yes, I do, but it's completely out of the question.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Do you know something?
What?
You drive me absolutely crazy. You are going to be a naughty girl when you get spanked. That's what.
Stop it. Damn you.
Oh, why do I
Lionel,
love you when
stay away
you're
from
like
me.
this?
Stop it.
Come
Lionel, stop it.
Yes?
Hello, this is Laken Lockridge speaking. Who is this?
This is Mason Capwell. What can I do for you?
I'd like to pay you a call, Mr. Capwell.
Here?
That's right. I believe my daughter is visiting your house.
Yeah, she's here.
Well, I don't think she should be spending the night there, so I'm sure you'll agree with that.
Well, she seems to prefer our house to her own at the moment.
Let me speak.
She is only a minor, Mr. Capwell, and what she prefers or does not prefer is of only fleeting interest to me at this point.
Well, that may well be, but as long as she's here, she's welcome to stay.
I have something to say to him. Mr. Capwell, it may be of interest to you to know that your son has been seeing my daughter on the sly in Los Angeles.
Well, it may be of interest to you, Mrs. Lockridge, to know, first of all, that Ted is not my son, but my brother. And second of all, I'm not the least bit interested in his sex life.
Listen, Mason, I don't care for all this pitter-patter back and forth. You know that? I want my daughter, and I intend to come and get her.
Well, you can do as you wish, but I personally wouldn't advise that.
I'll be there shortly. Well, wonder if C.C. Capwell will be there.
More than likely.
And I haven't had a face-to-face with C.C. Capwell in over a decade.
Let to meet right away. All right. I just hope you'll make it this time.
I'll make it. Don't worry. Meet you at the warehouse. 9:30 tonight.